Hello and welcome to another episode of Modding Mondays, and this time it's the GamerPauly Load Order special. I've often been asked about load orders, and a lot of the time I can't show you the actual load orders that I have. It's because they contain a lot of special projects I'm working on. So this is a load order I've put together of mostly my mods. They'll either be ports that I've uploaded to Bethesda.net, or they'll be original mod creations. But everything in this list you will be able to download and install and make this load order. The text version of the load order will be in the video description when I upload it to YouTube. So first of all, we are at the start screen. When you hit new on the title screen, if you followed the load order instructions correctly, you should be seeing this screen with the man and the name player down the bottom. And this is the Alt Start mod. That is actually an original creation of mine. So a simple alt start mod, or just a simple alt start mod, was created by me. It should be the last mod in your load order. If it's not, you have it placed incorrectly. And I just want to take you through a few things. We'll just change the sex to this woman. Right, it's not showing up on here now, so there you go. You see that you have there, you have a couple of little blemishes that shouldn't be there on the lady. What you can do is, if you change the preset to someone else, sometimes they go away, and if they don't, I'll show you in using the cheat room of how to get rid of them. At the moment, the males seem to be. Oh, there we go. We've got someone there. Don't seem to have the markings correctly displayed. So I'll take you through how to remove them using cheat room. So rightio, so we're going to select a preset. This one will do, I think. Skin tone, weight, yep, that'll do. Complexion, not going to spend too much time on this. All your usual options are here. Obviously take as much time as you want. I'm not going to spend forever in this bit. Just going to do a few little bits. Facial hair, possibly change the beard. There we go. So that'll do for my character creation. If you just joined the stream, and I see there's 2 people watching now, welcome to the stream. Welcome. So finish and name your character. So the original name on this character used to be Prisoner. If you look down the bottom of the screen, I changed it to Player. So I didn't like prisoner, because obviously you're not a prisoner anymore with my alt start mod. So finish and name your character. Yes, we will do that. And I'll have the second part of my modding name, which is Pauly, and we'll start. Right, now you get a prompt. Who did you befriend while escaping from Helgen? Obviously the intro has been skipped, and obviously you didn't get to choose who you wanted to go with. So this bit lets you choose who you wanted. I'm not particularly fussed at the minute. But obviously you get a choice of Imperials or Stormcloaks. So you select which one of them you want. Down the left hand side you'll see some messages where things are loading in. Survival mode is entirely up to you. I don't personally play on it, so we're going to say no to that. And where you come out is your usual Helgen cave exit, which is from there.
Wait.
And this is roll off, and you should see the dragon fly over any second now. If it doesn't, don't worry about it. The main quest is still available to you. All you got to do is pop into Riverwood or go and talk to the Jarl, and you can start the main quest. But if you don't want to, you don't have to. It's completely optional.
My sister, Gerda, runs the mill in Riverwood. It's probably best if we split up.
So there you go. Quest started before the storm.
I wouldn't have made it without your help today.
And before the storm is one of your prerequisites for the start of the main quest. But you don't have to talk to him. You can just go straight to the Jarl and get on with the main quest, which is obviously fighting your first dragon and so on. So right, as this is the just a simple start mod, you have a loot chest here just outside the Helgen cave exit, and there's quite a lot in here, so I'm going to take it all. Obviously you can see as I'm moving I'm totally over encumbered. What you can do is press LB and X, and that'll bring up your inventory, and if you go down to apparel you will find a special ring that I've made in the creation kit. You can see down the bottom 356 out of 300. You will be constantly over encumbered and you will not be able to move. So equip that and you can see straight away you've got enough carry weight, and when I move around freely you'll be absolutely fine. So you're going to go back into there because we don't want to walk around naked, do we? So I'm going to put on some armour. What else have we got? I'll do for that. And what you can do as well, because we've obviously got Paulys UI loaded, if you favourite these weapons, and I'm going to equip one, and then do LB or Y, you'll come up with this favourite screen. And what I'm going to do is, I always put the hunting bow on the left D-pad, but you can do it however you want. So hold down a D-pad, and you go see the number 4, and I want the sword on the right D-pad. You've got complete access to the D-pad plus LB plus the D-pad. So for example, if you wanted the staff on LB plus up, you'd hold down LB and press up or down or left or right. So you've got a total of 8 things you can have on the favourites with this. It's really handy, and it's part of the Paulys UI mod. So another thing I want to show you as well, if we go back into the inventory once again, there's a couple of spells that were in the chest. So flames and healing. Obviously you've not created a magic character and you don't want to use them, fair enough, you can just go ahead and sell them or leave them in the chest or do whatever you want with them. It's entirely up to you. But I'm going to use them, and then if we do LBB on the gamepad and come over to here, you'll see the spells have been added. Excuse me. And we'll favourite both of them. And in powers we've got Battle Cry, obviously because he's a Nord, that's automatically. And we have the wearable lanterns mod, which is why we have these options. We'll go into that a little bit later. Active effects, obviously fortify carry weight is from the ring that we've equipped. Right, so we're going to third person view now. You can see he's wearing the orcish armour. If I press right on the D-pad, it brings up the sword. If I press left on the D-pad, it brings up the bow. So what I'd like to do as well is I'm going to put some of the spells on the D-pad as well. So I'm going to do LB and left for flames, LB and right for healing. But as I said, it's completely up to you how you use your favourites. You do whatever you like. So right, don't know why on earth it's equipped that. Oh, okay. It seems to have changed it over from the sword for some reason. There you go. I want my sword. There we go. Job done. So right, everything that you're seeing around you, the landscapes, is from Paulys' very attractive Skyrim all-in-one 3. And what that essentially is it's the ultimate Skyrim 2, but I've taken out the grass, the water, and there's no trees included. They will all be separate mods, and I'll go into them a little bit later, because obviously, as you can see, these are not vanilla trees, and that's not vanilla grass. One of the first things we're going to do is find our first follower. You don't have to download and install the followers I've got on the load order. These are all original creations. It's entirely up to you if you want to download them or not, and they will be down here somewhere. Trying to remember where they are now. So yeah, they're near the standing stones. Just going to do a little quick save. Always handy to do a quick save on Skyrim. You never know, with Skyrim being Skyrim. Save regularly. It's a good thing to do. Here we go with the standing stones. You get to choose your thief. your mage or your warrior. I'm going to make this guy a bit of a battle mage, so I'll have that. And where we're heading now is the first of our followers in the load order. This is Edriel, the Conjurer Assassin. But before I go and talk to her, I'm going to take you through the multiple followers mod. And it's completely optional, but if you want to have more than one of these followers, you'll need to use this. But first things first, go into your inventory and you should have the manual of configuration. Obviously you won't get this if you haven't installed MFF, multiple follower mod. So read it, MFF, confirm, boot it up. It takes a few seconds, like you can see there. That's it enabled. And then what we want to do is enable the power. So going to power, enable that, exit back out, settings, not settings actually, MFF settings, and change the recruit cost to none. So otherwise it will cost you to recruit followers, and we don't want that. So set it to none, come out of there, and you're done. That's it, that's all you have to do for it. And if you want to fiddle around with the options, they'll be over here in powers, so you can go back in there and have a play around. I'm not going to go into great detail about what MFF does. I essentially use it to have multiple followers. I don't mess around with the options too much. Right, this is one of my custom followers, Edriel.
What do you need?
We're going to go over here and talk to her and recruit her. Obviously, if you've got MFF installed and set up, you'll get this. I want you to join my party. If you don't have it installed, you'll only have that. Only be able to have one follower. Obviously, there are lots of followers out there, lots of custom ones, like Inigo, Caden, and all sorts, Lucian. They don't require the use of MFF. They have their own custom follower thing built into them, and you don't need to worry about MFF if you're using them. But obviously, as we're using my custom followers, it's another mod to have more than one.
Let's get going.
So we're going to invite Edriel to the party. Get going then. Get off your lazy bum.
I've been hunting and fishing in these parts for years.
Right, we're now going to head to Riverwood, but before I do, I'm going to chat about the water mod. This is Paulys very attractive water and effects. I'm using the performance version to save on megabytes. There's also a high quality version for about 70 meg, but the performance version is less than half the size, and that's what you're seeing now. We'll look at the water a bit more when we head to Riverwood. Let's crack on to Riverwood. And my custom followers will attack if you're being attacked. You can make them relax as well if you want to, and they'll go into what's called sandbox mode, where they'll interact with whatever's around them. As you can see, this isn't the vanilla water. This is Paulys very attractive water and effects. Edriel seems to have got lost. Here she comes. She's taking a while. Right, what's not included in Paulys very attractive? Oh, we've got a wolf fight. First of all, take care of these buggers. Set them on fire. I'll burn the old wolfies. Okay, pick them up. We want to make some things with their skins. Right, so what's not included, as I was saying at the beginning of the stream, is there's no water, grass or trees. The trees are Happy Little Forest 3, which is a mixture of Happy Little Trees and Aspens Ablaze, with lots of other mods bundled in. There's Happy Little Logs, there's Happy Little Shrubs, there's a few other bits and pieces to improve the trees and so on, and there's even a mod to make the insects in the forests sound a little bit louder. Obviously, if the insect sounds get a little bit annoying for you, what you can do is come into your settings, go to audio and change the effects. So if I put it up loud like it is now, that's the sound of the insects, and if they get a little bit annoying, obviously you can just turn the sound effects down Come on, Adriel, let's get onto the Riverwood. So yeah, as I was saying, the trees are happy little forests. The water's very attractive water in effect. The grass is Paulys lush grasslands of Skyrim, green tundra edition. There's also a brown tundra edition as well.
A dragon!
Whatever.
I saw a dragon!
What? What is it now, Mother?
It was as big as the mountain and black as night. It flew right over the barrow.
Dragons now, is it? Please, Mother.
If you're wondering to
If
yourself,
you keep on like this,
those
everyone in town will
clothes
think you're
look
crazy.
a lot better
And I've got better
than
things
the standard
to do than
vanilla
listen to all
ones.
your fantasy.
This is a new bundle
You'll
I've
see.
uploaded
It
today,
was a dragon.
and it is
It'll kill
available
us all,
now
and then you'll
on
believe me.
Bethesda.net for Xbox only. It is Paulys clothes and armor bundle. It makes a massive difference to the clothes worn by the common people of Skyrim, your farmers and your blacksmiths and all that sort of thing. So right, another mod I'm going to talk about is Cloaks, Capes and All Sorts 2 Fans Edition and Wearable Lanterns. So I want to use the forge, so you're going to have to bugger off for a minute. Right, what you can do is, if you've got wearable lanterns installed, and obviously I have, create a lantern. Obviously I'm going to have two, one for my follower as well.
But solid. Keep at
And then we can go down to travel lantern, create two, go into my inventory, apparel, equip the travel lantern, come to
Yes?
Edriel,
Don't
trade
worry.
some things,
I'll play my part.
and you can give your follower one of the lanterns as well. So we're going to give her a lantern, and she will auto equip it. Obviously, as you've given her something, she puts on her travelling clothes straight away.
Good day.
And as I don't want the light on the lantern, as you can see there, what I'm going to do, go back into the inventory, favourite the travel lantern, go back into favourites, and I'm going to put the travel lantern on the favourite. So I'm going to do LB and down. And watch now as I press LB and down, it unequips the lantern so you haven't got that light. But obviously if it's dark and you want it on, you can LB and down and the lantern will appear. The followers actually will unequip and equip the lanterns themselves.
What do you need?
And what you can do is you can talk to them, and there's an option appeared now about your lantern. You can customize that to have them put it on when they want. You can put it on manually. You can have them turn it off when you're doing stealth. There's all sorts of options. So play around with that to your heart's content. And why I'm using Cloaks and Capes 2 Fans Edition is the original Cloaks and Capes 2 had a lantern mod in it that made it incompatible with wearable lanterns. So I took the incompatible mod out, and obviously a lot of people prefer wearable lanterns. I personally do. So that's why I changed it, and this is the Fans Edition version. Right, as I'm here, something very important to talk about. One of the mods I've downloaded is Mindflux's Embers XD, not HD. You must get the correct one. As you can see, the blacksmith forge looks pretty awesome. There's a HD version. I'm using XD, and also I have Arts 2 Remix, which is a SMIM or static.
whatever you need.
And as I've got that enabled, you will need the fix for the anvils, El Sopa anvils, which are part of Arts 2 Remix, and the Mindflux Embers. It's all in the load order, and it's all explained in the guide. If you don't download the correct embers, or you don't have the correct fix, the water won't be right here, and this will be messed up, and the textures will look funny. So it's all in the load order guide. So if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. What I want to show you as well is something that's also part of the Cloaks and Capes and all sorts. Is we go into the tanning rack, make a bit more leather, and then go into leather. I think it's in leather. There we go. we can do these little pouches, and they add even more storage space onto your character. So I always create a set of these for myself. If I've got enough leather, I'll create a set for my followers as well. And to equip them, you come into your inventory, your apparel, just like you do anything else. You just go boom, 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 equip. You can see your carry weight is shot right up now from 400 to 700. A word of note, as soon as you put the travel lantern on, it will knock out one of these, so you'll have to come back into this and put it back on. And I'll show you what I mean. If I put the travel lantern on and go back into the apparel, it's knocked out back right, and that's because the lantern is on the back right of your character. So bear that in mind. If you wonder why your carry weight is dropped down all of a sudden, it's because of the lantern. Obviously, if you put the pouch back on, the lantern disappears and you've got your carry weight back. Right, that's that sorted. Obviously, Paulys very attractive Skyrim 3 contains a lot of excellent mods. Many of them being Shish 15's mods. The farmhouses that you can see are his. The roads are his HD enhanced roads. Obviously T4 as well did the original roads or blended roads. And what you're seeing here is a few more of the common outfits as well. Obviously I've got a couple of beauty mods installed as well. I've got Vitruvia, optimized Vitruvia 1K for the men, and for the ladies it's the universal Beijing player textures if she wants to stop while I talk to her. So you can take a look at her face.
Don't get any ideas.
You see, she looks a lot better than the vanilla characters. But these are all part of my new clothes and armor bundle. As I said, it's available now from the store, and he's got the new set of clothes on as well.
Care to have a drink with me, sweet Sigrid?
One thing that Ember's XD and HD improves on greatly is the fire and the burning embers and things. So you can see straight away this looks a hell of a lot better compared to the original vanilla fire, ember and logs.
Did you hear me?
Yep, ale's going bad.
The ale's gone
I guess
bad.
you don't have potatoes
Yep.
in your ears after all. Just make sure we get a fresh batch in soon.
Come on in. Just stoke the fire.
Poor
Take a
guy, eh?
seat and
He's
get
got
the cold
a
out.
nagging
Where
woman.
that visitor been poking
Right,
around?
while we're here in Riverwood, there is a second of the followers. And all my followers, they are original mod creations. They are completely optional. You don't have to download any of them at all. If you don't want them, or you want to use your own followers, obviously I'd like you to give them a try. You know, even if it's just one. If you don't want them, you don't have to download them. There's 4 in total. This is Solista, the Drunk Knight.
What do you
Second
want?
of my followers, and he's a grumpy sod. He's often pissed or wanting a drink. So we'll just
It's not
recruit
like
him
there's anything to do here but drink
into
anyway.
the party. And he looks very similar to my character, doesn't he? So we could almost be brothers. What do you reckon? We could almost be brothers. Do you reckon? He's got a bit of a darker beard than me. Right, that's the second of the followers recruited. I'm trying to think what else is relevant to this area. Have a little bit more of a peek at the water, shall we, while we're here? Bit of very attractive water and effects. We'll soon talk about the grass mod in the load order as well. So the water mod makes a hell of a difference. And there's foam effects, splash effects, all sorts that are part of the mod. It's well worth downloading. And as I said, the version that I've included in the load order is about 30 to 40 meg. There is a higher quality version for about 70. It's entirely up to you. You've got the space. You've got 1.5 gigs, if I added up correctly, of space left to add your own mods. So I love that. That water looks absolutely amazing. It's got the smooth water as part of the bundle as well, so you can see through the water. You can see the sand and gravel underneath. I love that. Right, let's crack on to Whiterun. Looking for the comments. Sailor of Dross. Oh, sorry, I didn't realise we had some comments. The water looks really nice. Haven't played it yet, but switched to this water last night. Sorry, Sailor, I didn't see your comment. Are you still there? Oh, I don't know where I've gone. Straight into the wall. I don't know if Sailor's still there or not, but yeah, thank you for trying out the model. Whenever you do, let me know what you think. I've got the chat room for this on my tablet. I haven't got a huge amount of battery left on the tablet, but it should be enough to have a chat. Obviously, if anyone attaches a mic, oh, there you go. Lol, yes, yeah, he's still there. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining. If you have any questions, type them into the chat, or if you've got a mic, I think you can connect it and talk. Right, very important thing to do with the bridges. A SMIM is required, and as I said, I recommend you use mine, Paulys Art 2 Remix. It's not just a SMIM, it also retextures a lot of the objects in the game, like tables and cutlery and bowls and baskets and crates and all sorts. It also has a load of animations as well for doors, coffins, sacks to open and all sorts. If you don't have a SMIM installed at all, you will get purple textures on the bridges. So a SMIM is required. It's not an optional thing unless you want to look at purple textures, and I don't need any messages please on the Reddit or Discord saying that you've got missing textures in your mods. What you're going to do about it? The answer will be nothing, because you didn't read the load order or listen to me on the video. So who else? Someone else has typed something. Matt Dean, I missed the part where you mentioned the name of your clothing and armor bundle. What was it called again? Okay, hello Matt Dean and welcome to the stream. It's called GamerPauly's Clothes and Armor Bundle. I wish there was some way I could put it up on the screen, but I'm currently sat in front of the Xbox, so I can't add things into the stream. So did you get that? GamerPauly's Clothing and Armor Bundle. You should be able to find it in the newly updated mods. It won't be in new because I've had it on my account for absolutely ages and I was never actually going to release it, and I thought, well, as I was doing this load order and the clothes, they do look a little bit plain and ordinary, I thought, why not, let's release it. So I sorted it out, and everyone can now use the same bundle of clothes and armor that I use. It was originally just for personal use, but I thought, don't be a meanie, let everyone else use it as well. So we'll crack on to White One. I'll show you the followers in action so you can see them fight. Lister tends to favour his two-handed sword, and Edriel will switch between magic and melee depending on the situation. If you have any more questions, fire away. Another important thing to mention is not recommended to use any other snow mods. So I already have Cathedral Snow included in the all-in-one. So by all means, if you want to replace the ice, or if you don't like the ice, you can overwrite that if you want to.
Someone do something.
Oh, what the hell's going on here? Oh, it's the wolf attacking the ghost wolf. So yeah, I don't recommend replacing or overwriting the snow, but obviously by all means, if you don't like the ice that I've used in the all-in-one, choose whatever ice you like and overwrite it. That's entirely up to you. Right, as you can see, as we head towards Whiterun, I hope this doesn't embarrass me and make you look absolutely stupid. So I'll take my time and I'll move slowly towards Whiterun apart from a little bit of flashing. I don't know what on earth's causing that. I haven't seen that before. You can see the whole of Whiterun hasn't just jumped into your face like it was never there. It slowly got there, and you can see a lot of detail as well. You can actually pick out individual buildings actually in Whiterun, and this is because I'm using the LODs, and the LODs are completely optional. They are pretty big. They're 580 megabytes. They were the LODs that I used for the Ultimate Skyrim bundle, but they can be used with this all-in-one. Obviously, it is essentially the same thing, just for things cut out of it. If I move towards Whiterun, don't know what that flickering was. I haven't seen that before. You can see the buildings literally just get closer and closer to you. They don't just pop into existence. Giant fight.
That takes care of that.
You handle yourself well. You
I
can
know.
make for a decent shield, brother. An outsider, eh? Never heard of the companions? You handle yourself well.
As you can see,
You could
all
make for a
the
decent shield,
usual
brother.
vanilla NPCs look a lot better. That's because of the body mods
Fight with us and you'll have stories to tell.
that I was telling you
Come up
about
to your
a few
Vasker,
minutes
if
earlier.
you're worth anything in a fight.
Optimized for Truvia and the UBPT player textures.
Oh, got more to say.
One handles the males, one handles the females. More of those outfits as well. This is an upgrade to the common clothes on the guy. He's a farmer, so he gets a much improved outfit. And one mod I've completely forgotten to talk about, and I'll show you what it is in a minute. Obviously, grass popping, you're still going to get a little bit of that. Can't really do grass LODs on the Xbox, so don't be upset if a little bit of grass pops in every now and again. There's not a lot you can do about it. Right, these little benches from carriage stops for Skyrim Xbox One edition, and what they do is they let you travel to cities and villages. Obviously, as I'm near Whiterun, it's only letting me travel to villages and other places. Basically, click on it and you can take a cart to any of these locations. Obviously, some areas like the one near Riverwood lets you travel to cities. Some will only let you travel to villages. It's one of my favourite mods, and I always include it in every load order. It does cost you to travel a few gold, but obviously if you've got the alt start mod of mine, I'll give you a ton of gold. As you can see down the bottom there, I've got 10,000 gold, so you've got enough. So yeah, this is carriage stops of Skyrim, and before we go into Whiterun, I'll talk a little bit about the grass mod. It's Paulys lush green grasslands of Skyrim. Obviously there is a brown tundra version. I'm currently using the green tundra version. So what you can see on the screen now is a grass mod called Skoglendi, if I pronounce that correctly. That handles the grass, and if we find some plants and flowers, this is from a bundle of mine called David Bellamy Would Be Proud. It's got loads of mushrooms and improved flowers and general flora. Both of those mods are combined into Paulys lush green grasslands of Skyrim, so you don't need to download anything else. It's a complete package covering all the grass in the game, plus covering pretty much every bit of flora that I could find a mod for. There's even a few odd things like oyster shells and planks of wood and all sorts. So yeah, it is literally a complete package. If you prefer the tundra to be brown rather than green, there is a brown version for exactly the same cost. So it's entirely up to you which one you go for. I prefer the green personally. If you prefer the brown, it's on Bethesda.net, and just use that instead of the green. Right, we have a third follower around here as well. Oh, she hasn't wandered off. This is Shazra. And she's posing. Yes,
Lead
I
the
want you to
way.
join my party. She is a spell sword. Basically what that means is she uses melee and magic. and a bit of conjuration as well. She's having a bit of a pose there at the minute. So right, we're going to go and jump into Whiterun. Before we do, the signs are a mixture of Elsopa and WizKid. They cover everything from the stables to the shops. And the reason why I've used 2 different mods is I like some more from one of them and then some more from the other. So I picked my favourites from each and I bundled them together, and they're all included in the all-in-one. So not quite everything in the game is covered, but signs are. There's not a lot that isn't, to be fair. Obviously you'll need the additional embers mod if you want to improve things like this, the fire and the embers. Right, let's crack on into Whiterun and we'll have a look round. I'm trying to think what else I haven't covered. Any further questions from the viewers over anything?
Halt! City's closed with the dragons about. Official business only. Fine. But we'll be keeping an eye on you.
This is Whiterun then, and this is Boreal Whiterun, a mod by Sheesh15, one of my personal favourites. I've used it in the previous all-in-ones.
We'll pay whatever it takes, but we must have more swords for the Imperial soldiers.
I just can't fill an order that size on my own. Why don't you swallow that stubborn pride?
This is some more of the signs. This is one of Elsopa's, Drunken Huntsman, and there's a lot more signs in here as well. Again, you can see all this lush looking flora. That's part of the lush green grasslands of Skyrim mod.
Have you met my father?
And even the clothes of the
steward
blacksmiths
up at Dragon's Reach.
are slightly improved. Oh, I've missed a bit to get the sword.
Until next time.
If you didn't see it, I'll go through the lantern again. Obviously, I've got wearable lanterns installed. It's really simple. Go to a forge, make a lantern. It costs 2 iron ingots. Go down to the bottom, travel lantern, and there you go. And then you can equip that yourself, or you can give it. Actually, I'll make another one. We've got a second follower, haven't we? You can give your followers the lantern.
Look at that. Am I drunk? I must be drunk.
I know, you must be drunk, definitely. I'm just so handsome. Right, we're gonna give him one of the lanterns.
Until next time.
And as you can see, he's put that on his waist already.
It's so good to see you again. What do you want me to carry?
We're gonna give Shazra a lantern as well. I do this with all the followers. I each give them a lantern. It gives you a bit more light in dark places. Right, there's one more follower to recruit, and then we'll go and have a look at something.
If you wish to hunt with me, your feet need to be quick and your eyes quicker.
Feel free, obviously, when you're passing here, if you want to slap Nazim, I wouldn't blame you. This is another one of the common clothes
Can't neither
outfits.
magic nor the passing of time make it right.
Makes a big difference to the common people. Again, she's wearing an outfit as well. So most of them have got an improvement for the common clothes and armors bundle. What's also included is 3 retextures by Zavbio. I hope I said that correctly. It might be Zabio, not entirely sure. And I've used his Thief, the Dark Brotherhood, and the Vampire. So they're the 3 that I've included with common clothes and armors. Because they're the 3 factions that I personally like to be improved.
I'll be needing you to mop the place down extra tonight. Lots of spills.
She's got one of the new outfits
I'll
on.
make sure it gets done.
And over here in the corner somewhere. Oh, he's not in the corner. He's over here. This is our fourth follower.
Hello.
You've been a good friend to me. That
Victor.
means something. Let's not waste any time.
The Dragon Hunter.
I don't know. If you see any big strong men around, let us know, will you?
What you heard there was a little bit of dialogue.
If it's work you're looking for, Hulda's the one to talk to.
Jazra and Edriel will often have a little chat.
If it's work you need, how about
with
chopping
the
up some wood
barkeeps.
for the fires?
It makes a hell of a difference, the outfits, instead of the plain vanilla stuff. Right.
Foolish
What else?
old woman. You know nothing. Nothing of our struggles, our suffering.
Another one of the new outfits.
And
Right, I know what I can talk to you about.
What a floor.
If I go into the Magics menu and...
Is he nothing?
Say Helgen.
No, not that one. Cheat teleport. There we go. This will take you to the cheat room. Why we're going here is if you get the nasty artifacts on your character during character creation. I'm trying to find the bloody thing now. There we go. So if you want to re-edit your character again, or you get the nasty artifacts that we had once before, you can go into this in cheat room, edit it, and then when you come back out, those funny little things like little patches on their skin and things will be completely gone. What actually causes them is it's the body and beauty mods that actually cause them. So if you download cheat room, it's a very simple way of fixing them. As I said, just teleport into the cheat room and use this here, the race menu, to edit them, and they'll go away. Another really handy thing with the cheat room is if you get stuck anywhere, it's a place you can teleport to. And one part of the game I often find is quite bugged. When you do the vampire quest, when you hit level 10, you go to Dawnguard and you do the awakening quest where you rescue Serana and you go to the castle. If you decide to join the vampires and take Harkon's blood, after you've gone through the little tutorial with him and you come out and you have to speak to the guy about the chalice, the vampires can often turn on you and attack you, and it's a bug in the game that has never been fixed. And one easy way of getting around it is to come into here, cheat teleport, and teleport out of the castle to the room basically, and then from the room go to any location you want. So we'll go back to Whiterun, and then when you've gone back to Whiterun, teleport back to the castle, which is obviously up here, and then they won't attack you any longer. I don't know what causes the bug, but yeah, it's a known bug. So cheat room is a very handy thing to have. Very, very handy. Oh, we have lost a follower. Lost a viewer even. So, okay. Right, and now I think it's time that we have a bit of a chat about the lighting and weather mods that I've included. I've got two of my own bundles. You've got Umbre Luchum for lighting, and you've got Aquamali Temporis for the weathers. Aquamali Temporis is an extreme weather mod. You'll get a lot more heavier rain thunderstorms and lots of heavy snow and all sorts. Let's see what time of day we've got. So what you can do is, if you want to speed up the weather, you go to cheat game options, cast a spell, not time, I want time scale, and set it to either 256 or 512. So to speed things up a little bit, we'll set it to 512, and then you'll see the skies change really quickly. You can see the sky and the moon's moving. It's a handy way of how to switch between the day and the night, especially if you want to take some screenshots as well. I often find this much quicker than just pressing that and then going forward an hour. It's a much easier way to use. So they say Cheat Room is incredibly useful, not only for saving you in a tricky spot, editing the character, giving you somewhere to teleport. It's a very useful tool to have, and you don't have to obviously use it to obviously boost your stats or give you money. That's not what I use it for. I use it to help fix some problems that are still in the game, and obviously for things like this, changing the time. If I want to take some nice weather pics, as you can see now, it's started raining. Two of my followers has put the torches on. You know they've got bloody lanterns. There you go. Edriel's put her lantern on. Two of the followers have decided they'll put torches on instead. So another effect that you can see, actually will put the time back to normal. Time scale, default. Another thing that's included in the water mod, the very attractive watering effects, is things like this: mist, steam, spray, all sorts. They're all included in the water effects. Obviously with the grass, I've tried to do as best I can. I originally had an ini file that helped with the popping of the grass, but at this current time apparently ini files don't work, so your mileage may be different. This is something that's also included in Arts 2 Remix. The giant stones, they're all covered. If I come over here to the water as well, you can see there's mist and steam. There's a layer across the water. It's all part of the water mod. Obviously I haven't got anything in the load order that covers monsters and animals. That's left entirely up to you. You've got 1.5 gig. Oh dear. My followers have attracted the giant. Oh dear. They are very nasty. I'm only level 1 at the minute, and the giants will kick your ass. They really will. Like that. One hit, and I think I'm dead.
Everybody pushing around.
Excuse me. Yeah. So fighting a giant at level 1 is the definition of stupidity. Don't do it, basically. Another thing, as I've just killed myself, is if you come into your inventory, into potions, and you favourite these, like that, press Y on them, then go into your favourites menu, and depending on what D-pad you want them on, this is my personal preference. I do up for healing and down for one of these. Obviously, if I'm going to use magic, then I'll have a magic potion. If I'm going to have a warrior character or a stealth character that doesn't use magic, then I'll use stamina. So down on there. So when you're running around, you can just press up or down on your D-pad, and this is all included in the Paulys UI mod. There's some fantastic mods in there as well. So as you can see, the interface is completely different. The text is slightly different. The favourites, as you can see, this is your skills menu. You've got that little bit down the bottom. One thing I haven't spoken about is your perks. I have my own mega bundle called Perks and Magic Mega Bundle, which gives you lots of extra skills. So you can see how like packed this is now. This was never as detailed as this with the vanilla perks, and especially if you go to something like your sword, go to like one-handed. You can see there's much more options now than there was. What I don't recommend is having any additional perks loaded. Obviously, if you don't like Ordinator, which is what I have, then I do have a Valkyrie version of it called Perks and Magic Mega Bundle Valkyrie Edition. You can use that instead. I also have a Vampire and Werewolf mod installed, and it's not compatible with other Vampire and Werewolf mods. It's called Monstra Noctis. It basically completely redefines the vampires, their feeding, their spells. The werewolves get extra sounds, there's music in Castle Volker, there's all sorts of things. So yeah, that's a mod included called Monstra Noctis, but it's not compatible with Sacrosanct and Better Vampires. You must not use that with Monstra Noctis. If you absolutely must use those other mods, then you'll have to skip on the mod that I have installed, Monstra Noctis, as they're not compatible. So that's the one thing I hadn't mentioned yet, is the perks and the vampires. You've got to be careful if you're going to install any other mods. Obviously, as you've got 1.5 gigabytes to play with, you've got a lot of room there if you want weapons, more armors, you want to include some quests, you want to put your own favourite followers. Obviously, lots of people like Inigo, don't they? Inigo, Kaiden, Lucian, they're very popular followers amongst many people, and if you want them, there's room for them, but bear in mind you've only got 1.5 gigabytes left to play with. Right, just want to think what else I can show you. I've got a maximum of probably about half an hour, 35 minutes left before I need to end this. Trying to think what I haven't covered. I could do with showing you something to do with the lighting, can't I? Really. So we come back to Riverwood. Well, see, when you found a carriage stop, they'll appear like this on the map, and you don't have to pay again. You can just select them like that and travel back. What I will do as well is, before the stream ends, I'll go into the creations menu and I'll take you through each of the mods. So if I speak to Lister, so about your lantern, all followers, keep your lantern off for now, protect it in combat, keep it close at hand by wearing it in front, light the path ahead of you by carrying it.
Of course. Until next time.
So that should make him put the lantern on whenever it's dark. So what we will do is we will go to, forgotten the name of the shop now, Riverwood Trader. That's it. I've been here hundreds of times.
I said no. No adventures, no theatrics, no thief chasing.
Well, what are you going to do then, huh? Let's hear it.
We are done talking about this.
So again, the common clothes and armors. You can see it on the shopkeeper.
Well, I don't know what you overheard, but
we'll just get this quickly.
Ornament.
The golden claw.
I've got some coin coming in from my last shipment. It's yours if you bring my claw back.
Also included in Umbre Lucium is smoking torches and candles.
So this is your plan,
it makes a hell of a difference.
Yes.
As you can see
now
here,
you don't have to go, do
on
you?
the candles.
Oh, really? Well,
wearable lanterns, if you put it on, you can see the difference it makes.
By
It
the
lights up the
but only to
the
the edge of
darkened
town.
areas. As I was saying, don't forget, if you put the lantern mod on, it takes out your back right pouch, which you'll have to come back and select. But yeah, I love the smoking torches and candles. I'm really happy that I can now include it in any light mods that I do. So if you're after a complete all-in-one lighting package with shadows, Umbre Lucium is the way to go. It certainly covers everything. It doesn't require any patches at all.
The bridge to get to Bleak Falls Barrow.
It's pretty cheap as well, pretty cost effective.
Just over the buildings.
What time of day are we? We're around 9 o'clock. As you can see, it's not too pitch black. The lights and the braziers light up the area nicely. I see a couple of followers as well. Some are using their lanterns, some are using the torches. So I think where we can go. I know where we'll go to. Cities, Solitude. I'm going to show you the lighting mod in more detail. One of the areas, it really does look amazing, is the temple in Solitude. So I'm going to take you there and have a look. Completely going the wrong way. I've completely lost my bearings now. Yeah, completely going the wrong way. Played this game a million times and I don't even know which way Solitude is. Come on, slow coach followers.
If you've come to Solitude to join the Legion, speak to Rika. If not,
well, that is
just
very
keep your nose
odd.
clean while you're here, or you'll end up like Rogvir.
That is very strange indeed. Because I don't have... Oh, right. I thought I'd got Open Cities for a second now. I thought, oh my god, I don't remember installing Open Cities. Oh, duh. Embarrassment mode. Yeah, I thought I'd flipping Open Cities installed there. Had a special moment. Yep, so the torches as well.
You're just
the
in
smoke,
time to say hello to Rogvir.
smoke coming from them. We're not going to stay for the execution, so... I'm sure everybody knows that once he gets his head chopped off and the head appears just about there, he has a little amulet on him for 20% less shouts. We're not going to stick around for that. I wanted to show you more of the lighting. So this Solitude is shift 15 as well. Pretty much most of the cities are Sheesh. One of the ones that isn't is Riften. That's WizKids, Riften and Ratway. And I think Windhelm is Dr. Chocopo, is Snowy as Flip. Windhelm. There we go, Temple of the Divines. And I'm sure you'll agree with me, the lighting looks absolutely amazing. What, we have someone new join the stream. It's a shame you didn't join a bit earlier because we've covered quite a bit. If you have any questions, new viewer, please ask them in the chat.
Oh yes, sir. I feel many of Solitude's families are having trouble getting by, and the wealthy do nothing to help them.
I know a cheap and dirty little tactic. If you want to get rid of the UI, what you can do is come into your settings, go into display and turn down your HUD opacity. This works on PlayStation as well. You turn down your HUD opacity to 0, you won't get anything on the screen, but it completely gets rid of the UI. So this is another handy way of taking pictures. But there are mods available that let you turn off the UI. Obviously in PlayStation there are not any mods, so this is the only way that I'm aware of in PlayStation you can do it. So you can see the Umbre Lucium makes a hell of a difference. what time of day are we? So we're 1:30 in the morning. There's a little bit of moonlight coming through the windows as well. And this is temple sconces, this mod. This is a mod that's included in the all-in-one, and it adds in all these pictures behind the little statues. Yeah, it's a cheap and dirty way of removing the AI, the UI. In fact, if you're on PlayStation, you're not really got a lot of choice if you want to take some nice screenshots of you. So yeah, this is a mod that's included. Temple sconces.
As High Priest of the Eight Divines, I bid you welcome.
For some reason, that's not got one on there.
We welcome you to worship the Eight Divines, freely and openly.
He needs a hair transplant, old baldy. So yeah, it makes a hell of a difference.
Remind us of our place
using a good lighting mod. And as I said, Umbre Lucium doesn't require any patches at all. It works with everything. You might have a few issues with some custom homes, maybe. Might get a little bit of flickering with a few custom homes, but other than that, it works with everything and doesn't require any patches. I think what we'll do is we'll have a travel round all the cities before I bring up the load order. So that's Whiterun and Solitude done. So if I go back to the Riverwood carriage stop, if there's anything any of the viewers want me to show you while I'm on, say so in the comments and I will go there. So we're going to go to Windhelm next. This has got the Snowy as full mod, and it basically covers the entire Windhelm in snow, and I love it. I think it's awesome, personally. So go put your sunglasses on. It's very, very, very bright in the sunshine with the snow. Obviously, if you're finding it too bright, pop into your settings, go to display, and just adjust the brightness, like you can see me doing on the screen, and it will tone down the brightness a bit. Again, some more of those common clothes. Loads of extra snow. Things for you to jump over. If you do want a mod to remove the UI and have a few extra features, the sensible potions and outfits, so it might be sensible outfits and potions, I can't remember which way around it is, but you can download that and install it, and it's pretty straightforward to use. It lets you do combinations of weapons and armors, and attack and assign them to your D-pad. But what I mainly use it for is I use it as a way of turning off the UI or parts of the UI. Again, the improved clothes and armor as well in the bundle.
You come here where you're not wanted. You eat our food, you pollute our city.
As you can
with your
see,
stink,
I think it really suits Windhelm.
Stormcloaks.
Actually covered,
We haven't taken a side
completely
because
covered
it's not our
Windhelm
fight.
in
Hey, maybe the reason these Greyskins don't help in the
tons
war
of snow.
because they're Imperial spies.
Just reminded myself as well.
You can't be serious.
If you remember, something happens in here where
After what happened to those other women, I'm worried about my own safety.
Susanna the Wicked gets murdered by the Butcher, and I have a quest mod in the load order that helps you stop that happening and lets you get on with investigating and finding out who the Butcher is. And if you complete the quest, you actually get a player home at the end of it. And I won't give you too many spoilers, but you might have already done it and know who the Butcher is anyway. But yeah, it's called Blood on something. We'll go through it at the end of the video. Voiced edition. It basically lets you stop the Butcher, Because if you leave here and stay away for a
The
while...
butcher has been murdering women time and again. The streets are not safe. At least 4. And nobody thinks to do anything about it? But Frigga Shattershield and Leotelli's girl are the only ones the guards will say happened. Nobody knows why, but I'm worried about my own safety. You should be too. Women murdered time. Yeah. He's staying at Candlehearth Hall.
There you go. That starts you on the next part of the quest. You wouldn't get any of that in the vanilla game. It's only if you download the mod. And
Come on.
the guy...
We've got warm food, warm drinks, and warm beds.
I own Hollyfrost Farm outside the city. It's honest
The
work.
guy you want to talk to is here.
I'm a writer by trade. Not that the people of Skyrim do much reading.
So you carry on the quest by talking to him?
Yes, my assistant. I still can't believe Isabel's gone. They found her on the city docks. It was absolutely terrible, abominable, barbaric. I'm sorry, but I can't bear to think about it anymore. Only the Shattershield girl that was killed in front of that old house of hers. I hear that her mother is suffering terribly, poor woman. Now, if you'll excuse me, I don't want to talk about it anymore.
How can Elda hate
I
the
still
Dark
can't
Elves, but
believe
no
Isabella's
further about
gone. At the Shattershield's estate. Or perhaps the market.
Well, that's your next port of call.
I'm a sailor on the North Wind. We're laying over in Windhelm for a
Even the bards get new outfits as well.
I was
in
one
the
of the
bundle.
best soldiers in the Stormcloak army, until I took a sword to the chest.
You didn't hear
This lady
Did
here
you know that candle on the mantle hasn't
is
gone
the
out
one
in
that's
over
murdered
100
in the
years?
vanilla game.
See
And
you
if
around, handsome.
If you carry on the quest...
Every night. You a dark elf lover? Don't like it? Don't think I can take you? 100
This
septums
here's
say I can
Candlehearth
punch you
Hall.
back where you came
Great
from.
rooms upstairs.
Watch out,
and there's
some
a bed
grey
for
skin
rent on the
doesn't
ground
pick your
floor.
pocket.
Carry on
Enjoy
the
your
quest
stay.
and you'll be able to
Don't
stop
break.
Susanna.
Now more than ever, I'll find some way to finish my book. Poor Gerard Germain. You're sure? When you see
Yeah,
Gerard, ask
you'll
for a
stop
tip.
Susanna
I'm sure
from
he'll be in a
being
good
murdered,
mood after reading this.
and you can skip to the main bit
Know any tales of nobility and
of
courage?
the blood on the... I think it's blood on the ice. I think it's called. We should hopefully have something in the quest log for it. No, we haven't. So there's a lady walking around the market or at home.
Everyone says Yorland Greymane is the best
Cookware,
smith in
knives,
Skyrim.
and other
I
goods
made
for
my
the home.
the townsfolk terrible shame. He's claimed all lovely ladies too. Let's hope the gods find that demon soon and introduce him to the headman's axe.
I lost my father says we need to just get on with our lives. Yes?
Fresh fruit and vegetables for sale.
Hear my prayers, Vakatosh, and grant peace.
Come and browse my fine
Working in Windhelm is great. I get to see Ulfric up
Need
close.
some metal hammered.
A word of advice. Don't
If you meet anyone in your travels, you need to
Can't seem to think where it was. They're not letting me talk to them. One of the houses round here. There we go. House of Clan Shattershield.
Poor Nilsi.
I've been a bit out of sorts since. I'm sorry. She was very dear to me, and it's rather painful to think about. I'd rather not talk about my daughter, if you'll excuse me.
So this lets you
Well,
continue on.
All right. What exactly do you need to know? Yerim? Well, I'm not sure what you think you'll find there, but you're welcome to have a look.
Seeing a good tavern.
So basically,
might be just
this
the
quest
thing to
mod
lift my
lets you
spirits.
get the key, so you don't have to pick the lock to the house. And if you carry on with this, you will save Susanna the Wicked from being murdered, and eventually you'll get to capture the butcher, and you'll get some goodies for finishing the quest. But obviously I won't carry on with that because I don't want to spoil it for you if you've not ever played the quest mod. So now what we'll do is we'll go back to the carriage stop. Got about 20 minutes more before I need to wrap up. So we'll now travel to Riften. Have a little look around there. And obviously, for those of you who have played this game 100 times like me, the guards will do a little shakedown with you.
Take my advice. Don't listen to that talk of the face sculptor down in the ragged.
Welcome to Riften, home of the Thieves Guild. Or so they'd have
Hold
you
there.
believe. It's all
Before I
lies.
let you
They're
in
just thugs.
for the privilege of entering the city, I think you'd be a little... Call it what you want.
Yeah,
It's
gotta
been a pleasure
pay the
doing
bloody
business
gold.
with you.
Scumbags.
Let me open the gate, and you can head into the city. The gate's unlocked. You can head inside.
I had another run-in with a thief's
So,
guild.
this is WizKids, Riften
Can't wait to
and
kill another
Ratway.
Imperial.
Not only is the top of Riften completely retextured.
I don't know you.
I don't want to talk to you. All new wood and everything
When you
on
borrowed
here.
the money, you said you'd pay back on time.
The bottom Ratway that you use to get to
I presume you're bothering me for a good reason.
the Thief Guild. That's
Never
all
done an
retextured
honest
as
day's
well.
work in your
Some
life
more of
for
these
all
common
that
clothes
money,
outfits
Hey, lad.
I was telling you
Working at the
about.
Riften fishery is tough, but it puts some coin in my pocket.
Even
New
like
around
simple
Riften?
outfits like
Take
this
my advice. Stay at
had
the
a bit
Bee
of a
and Bar.
retexture.
The bunkhouse isn't for you.
So obviously, if you want to go to the Ratway, it's down there. But I'm sure you know that already.
I mostly deal with petty thievery.
Didn't need to tell you about that. Another thing that's included in the all-in-one is there's quite a few little fixes. Obviously, there's some bugs and things not in the right place. In the base game, these don't actually have these little semicircle bits around them. You have these, whatever you want to call them, sconces I think they're called. You have them hanging over, but I've included all the fixes as well. War Maiden fixes here, many other places as well. Obviously this is where you get jumped by the thief, isn't it? Unless he's already dead. Right, so that's a little look around Riften. As you can see, if you use the LODS, the water looks nice on the map as well. So our final travel back to the carriage stop, Rivergate. Then we're going to go and have a look at Markarth, which is the last of the main cities. We're not going to go all around the villages and towns. I don't have the time for that today, unfortunately. If you did want to see them, they're in some of the other videos I've got uploaded. Right, where are we going now? It is quite dark, isn't it? Real light. Again, using the Umbre Lucium lighting, it's really effective. All this isn't included in the base game, makes a hell of a difference. So another quick save. You're probably already aware, but you can save the woman from being killed inside here if you shoot the guy quick enough.
A bit of jewelry for your journey home? Oh, this pendant would look lovely on my sister.
Be careful there.
So if we try that again.
A bit of jewelry for your journey home? Oh, this pendant.
Damn, I should have come here.
So, if you stop him killing the woman, you can save her life. But don't attack him any more than once, though. Just let the guard take care of him. A few little things you can pick up.
Everyone stay back. The Markor city guard have this all
You'll get your usual guy that tells you that you've got
He tried
a
to
note.
kill Margaret right in front of me.
But obviously,
By
you
the gods, that man
you
nearly
saved
killed
Margaret.
me.
It's one of the things you can
saved
do.
my
Not a lot
life.
of people know about that,
Thank
but
you.
yet there's a few people that you
Here.
can save.
I was gonna bring this to my sister, but I think you should have it.
Gods. A woman attacked right on... Are you alright? Did you see what happened? Oh, I think you dropped this. Some kind of note.
This is the guy that gives you the note for the
Right. Till next
Forsworn
time.
quest. We won't obviously go into that. What I'll do is it's quite dark. I will just forward a few hours, and then we'll have a little look round Markarth, and then I'll go through the load order in the creations menu. Just don't need the lantern now. There's no need for that. You can see everything a lot clearer now.
We'll handle things from here.
Have a little run round. Nice sunshine there coming from the weather mod.
Can't believe I'm posted here. Even the beds are made of stone.
Nice bright sunshine there coming through. So Aquimale can be a little bit of a gloomy weather mod, but yeah, there's some nice sunny weathers included as well. It's got a bit of a fantasy mix.
They don't like us talking to people when we work.
Well, that's a quick run round Markarth then. Showing you most of the cities. As I said, Paulys very attractive Skyrim all-in-one 3 is essentially ultimate, but without the grass, water, trees, any of that stuff. It obviously includes snow and ice, but yeah, the other things it doesn't have. And the reason why I separated it out is to give people choice, so they can use their own grass, trees and water, so they're not just restricted to what I want to give you in the bundles. It might be what I like, but it's not necessarily what everyone else likes. Right, we're now going to do the bit which I think most people have been waiting for. We can actually have a look at the actual load order. There will be a text version and a bit of a guide in the video description when I upload this to YouTube. Obviously some of the pictures may not display. I don't know what it is. We're not going to wait forever to show you them. I'll go through the mods and give you a brief run through. If anyone's got any questions, post them in the chat now, because I am about to wrap up very soon. Right, your top mod, and this will automatically place itself here, is your unofficial Skyrim Special Edition patch by Arthmore. It's required for a lot of my included mods. I always use it anyway. I'm not going to get into any debates of whether you should or shouldn't use it. You can debate them yourself. Cheat room, I say essential to have. You don't actually have to cheat with it. Like I said, it's very handy for getting out of scrapes if you get stuck, or if your character's a little bit messed up after you've created one after the alternate start part. Ars Metallica, another mod by Arthmore, lets you pretty much break down anything into an ingot, make some extra things as well. Paulys UI, which you've been seeing throughout the game, that's all the bars and the extra panels. It's got things like the favourites menu, the weight menu and all sorts. Obviously you're welcome to use someone else's if you don't want mine, but for this load order to work 100%, I recommend that you keep things in the order that you see them and use the mods. By all means add mods if you really want to, but I cannot guarantee you everything will work. If you add in lots of stuff, I can only guarantee you this particular load order works, but by all means it's your game, experiment and add as you please. Perks and Magic Mega Bundle Ordinator version. Obviously there is a Valkyrie version on there if you prefer Valkyrie. Valkyrie is minimalistic perks. Monster Noctis is the Vampire and Werewolf bundle. Don't have a picture displayed, but don't worry about it. It's now popped up. GamerPauly's Clothes and Armours bundle. This is a mixture of common clothes and armours plus 3 Zabio retextures, and they are Vampire, Thief and Dark Brotherhood. One thing I didn't mention while we were running around is you can make these at the Forge, Nordic weapons, helmets and shields. This is the 1K version. There is a full high quality version if you prefer it, but it's a lot bigger in size. So that adds a lot of either Nordic or Viking if you prefer helmets, weapons and shields into the games. Cloaks, face masks and all sorts 2 fans edition. It's essentially exactly the same as face masks and all sorts 2, but I've taken out that old lantern mod that was incompatible with wearable lanterns. So this is now compatible with, voila, the next mod, wearable lanterns, which is one of the most popular lanterns mod on Bethesda.net. Didn't really speak about the animals much, but this is Real Wildlife SE version 1.5. This makes the animals behave more realistically, more like real animals. You get baby versions as well, so you get baby bears, baby deers, baby cows, and so on and so forth. There'll be more of them. They can be aggressive, they can attack you if you get near your young. It basically makes the animals in the game more realistic. This is obviously a port of mine. Then we've got Food and Hunt Overhaul. Lets you pick up more things from the animals like intestines and livers and guts. You can make more soups and foods with it. A port of mine. Umbre Lucium, a complete lighting and shadow overhaul. Obviously we've mentioned that throughout the stream. That's my lighting and shadows mod. Acrimali Temporis, an atmospheric and fantasy weather mod. Lots of extreme weathers, but also lots of sunny weathers as well. And really nice night skies. Paulys Arts 2 Remix. It's a lot more than a SMIM. The art stands for animations. The RT is retextures, and the S is SMIM. As I said during the stream even, a SMIM is required. Otherwise, you will get purple textures on the bridges. If for any reason at all this is too big for you and you want a smaller one, I have just a SMIMPOOL mod as well, which is about 300 megabytes. Or use whatever you prefer. But again, if you're using my load order as is, all these mods work perfectly together. If you're going to change things, you could have problems. This is Paulys very attractive Skyrim all-in-one 3. This is all your buildings and landscapes all bundled into one. We've then got Paulys Lush Grasslands of Skyrim Green Tundra Edition. There's a Brown Tundra Edition as well. I think it's exactly the same size, but it might be a little bit smaller. And then one of the most essential mods, especially if you're using additional grass mods, is landscape fixes for grass mods. And this is by a person called Code1K, and they do a lot of fix mods as well. They also do Solstheim grass, which I have uploaded, and obviously always place this underneath the grass mod as well. You might have a few people disagree with the way I've laid things out. Some people like to put the grass mod above the landscapes and architecture. I don't feel that it works better. The load order that I have set out is the one that I recommend. I don't recommend that you start using logical load order guides or these fancy spreadsheets where you copy things into it and it rearranges it for you. If you do decide to do that, you do so at your own risk, and I cannot offer you any support if you use these fancy load order guides. If you're going to use this load order and you want to add mods to it, you run into problems, I might be able to offer you help. But if you're going to use these load order guides and not listen to how I've said about setting the mods out, then I cannot help you, unfortunately. So it's entirely up to you. You can either have my help and use it as is, or you can use the fancy load order guides and you'll have to get some help elsewhere. Happy Little Forest 3. Ignore the tree add-on bit for Ultimate Skyrim. It's perfectly fine to use this with any mods. Obviously, if you don't like the loud sound of the insects, you can turn them down with the sound effects. Embers XD by Mindflux 1K. There is a 2K version as well, which is slightly better textures as well. And very important is the animated Forge Water and El Sopa fixes. Right, these two are because I wanted to improve Embers, and in here, in Arts 2 Remix, is the El Sopa Medieval Anvils. If you don't use this fix with it, and you've used this, then the blacksmith water will not look correct, and the embers won't use correct. So these two here, and Paulys Art 2 Remix are used together, and put them how I show you in the load order. One of my favourite mods by Angry Glock, Carry Stops for Skyrim. Use it in every load order. We'll always use it forevermore. Blood on the Ice is the name of the quest mod, where you get to rescue Susanna the Wicked in Windhelm and stop the butcher claiming another victim. Obviously, if you follow the quest after speaking to the old lady and then go around talking to everyone else, you get to investigate the house. You get the key early. And now we come to my followers. As I said, they are all optional. These are all custom followers I've created. They're original mod creations. So listed the Drunk Knight, Victor, Edriel, Shazra. You can use all of them, one of them, none of them. It's entirely up to you. They're all compatible with other followers. You can add your followers. If you add any more followers, add them here. If you add any more quest mods, add them there. Right, onto Body and Beauty. Optimized Vitruvia 1K. This handles all the males, their body and face looks. UBPT, unofficial Beijing player textures. This handles all the females, gives them the prettier eyes, the lipstick, the makeup as well. Again, if you've got your own choice of these and you don't want to use them, that's absolutely up to you. Multiple followers framework, or MFF for short, handles multiple vanilla followers, and obviously is required if you wish to use more than one of my followers. But again, if you don't want to use my followers, or you don't want multiple followers, you can leave that out. It's entirely up to you. A mod that I created myself, Vampires Drink for Free. Obviously, when you get to Castle Volcair, and there's also a cave as well near Golden Hills Plantation called a Something Fang Cave. You'll find blood barrels that have around 1,000 potions to use. So if you're going to play a vampire character, this is an essential mod, highly recommended. Wear multiple rings. Again, an essential mod I always use. You've got 8 fingers and two thumbs, so why can't you use multiple rings? Always download that. Improve table transition animations. This helps you when you set up a table, you don't knock everything flying. It's a ported mod of mine. I didn't create it, but highly recommended. XP32 maximum skeletons plus realistic ragdolls. This handles the animation of all the characters in the game. Obviously, this doesn't have bouncing boobies and wiggly bums. It's just a standard version. There are other versions available. If you wish to use them, do so at your own risk. This is the version that I prefer to use. Violence, a kill move mod. This handles all the kill moves. You can customize them, turn them off, edit them, and all sorts. There's a book in your inventory if you want to do that as well. If you followed the video, obviously there's a book for this as well. Lets you customize the settings. Getting close to the end now. It's Paulys very attractive water in effects. This is the performance version, which is quite small, and there is a full high quality version for around 70 meg. So if you've got the space for it, so you will have on this, but it also depends on what else you want to add. You can use that as well. LODS for Paulys Ultimate Skyrim 2 or Paulys very attractive Skyrim All-in-One 3. But it's a mouthful, which is what we've got in this load order. So it's basically LODs that will stop or help with the popping of distant objects, things like buildings and things just jumping out at you from nowhere. Again, completely optional. You don't want it and you want to save the 580 meg, don't use it, but you will get popping as well. Some areas can be quite bad. And last but not least, just a simple alt start mod. This is my own creation, an original mod creation, my own alt start, which I showed you at the beginning of the stream or the video, where you start just outside the Helgen cave exit with a little loot chest to your left, You don't have to start the main quest if you don't want to, but it's already available. Helgen isn't destroyed. I plan on updating that a future time, adding shops and homes to Helgen as well, and more features. For me personally, I know you think you're going to say this anyway, but for the size, this is one of the best alternate start mods on Bethesda.net. It doesn't need any patches at all. It's compatible with anything and everything. For under 100 kilobytes, it's short and simple, gets straight to the point. You skip the intro, make a character. You've got a ton of stuff there, a ring as well, which will help you with survival mode or boost your capos. Like I said, for under 100 kilobytes, I think it's one of the best start mods on Bethesda.net. But obviously, if you don't want to use it, that's your choice. But for this load order, I recommend that you use everything that I've done. Obviously, this load order is also ideal for someone that just wants to get something up and running and doesn't want to faff about downloading mods, trying things. This load order is perfect for you. If you follow it exactly, there'll be instructions in the video description on YouTube. If you get stuck, I've got a Reddit sub, Tamrielic Wasteland. There's a free Discord server you can join. The link is on the Reddit sub. If you need help with the load order, you get stuck, you're in problems with the mods that I've got here, obviously you can send me a message or make a post. Obviously, by all means, if you want to add more mods to it, if you run into difficulties, I can try and help. But as I said a few minutes ago, if you're going to follow other people's load order guides and use these fancy spreadsheets, I cannot help you with them. I don't know anything about them. I don't use them or recommend them. This load order works. I can guarantee it. I've played it for over 100 hours without any problems at all. Other than Skyrim being Skyrim, there's been zero issues. So if you follow this load order exactly how it is, you'll have no trouble at all. And if you wanted to add a few followers or add a player home, it'll be no problem at all. It won't cause any harm to the load order. Well, I hope you've enjoyed the stream, or if you're on YouTube and you're watching the video, I hope you found the video useful. Please let me know in the comments what you think of the video. Obviously, if you need support for the load order or the mods, please don't post on the actual video. Contact me on Reddit or Discord for actual mod or load order support. The YouTube channel is only for general questions regarding the videos. Obviously, if you want to ask me, do I have another armor pack, that's fine. But if you add another mod to the load order and it clashes with something else, then don't post those kind of questions actually on the video, please. Those sort of things are for the Reddit and the Discord where I do the mod help. YouTube is just for videos, either gaming video reviews or modding videos. I don't offer mod support through YouTube. It's just through the Reddit and the Discord. Right, I've said that enough now. So right, I hope you've enjoyed the stream, or I hope you've enjoyed the video. This is episode 4 of Modding Mondays. I'm not too sure what I'm going to do next for episode 5. If you've got any suggestions, by all means, that's a good thing. You can put in the comments suggestions for episode 5. Maybe do a Fallout load order. If you haven't touched on Fallout at all. But this is GamerPauly signing off. I hope you've enjoyed the video and the stream, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care for now.